The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets are at OTAs. Aaron Glenn likes what he sees out of Justin Fields. The New York Knicks keep their season alive. We'll get into that and much more. Let's get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. I appreciate you watching. I am honored to be the first guest host in Jake Asman Show history. I appreciate your support. You know what to do. It's the same thing as usual here. Hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. Gifted memberships. Get in the raffles. You know Jake's got a lot of good raffles coming up. And have fun in the chat. The Knicks season continues. Justin Fields looks electric on the field. We're going to get into all that, and then we're going to open up the Gus Buster hotline for your call-ins in a little while. But ladies and gentlemen, before we even get going, G-Man the Prophet for Jets football gifted 5 memberships, and they went to K-Brock, Joe Lombardo, Ron G, Benji, and Gadget. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Jake and all ASMANIACS, I thank you. We got a super chat coming in from Cincy Matt saying Jake got much hotter today. Alan, control yourself. Alan, if you're watching, we need all 10 fingers up. Not up. There, never mind. I digress. But ladies and gentlemen, the New York Jets are at OTAs. We know Justin Fields can run. We know Justin Fields can be electric with the ball in his hands. The question about Justin Fields has always been, can he develop as a passer? Tanner Engstrand comes from Detroit. They had a pretty electric passing attack in Detroit. Can he implement that here? Can he get Justin Fields to another level? Can he get Justin Fields to maybe just be an average quarterback in the league from the pocket? Add that to his arsenal with his legs. Add that to a little RPO with Breece Hall. And you're looking at a quarterback who could probably help this team win some games very quickly. I think we're going to see a difference on the defense this year. I think we're going to see something Jets fans haven't seen in quite a while. Blitzing. We're going to do a lot more man press, in my opinion, which will shorten up the windows. Because last year, when we did blitz, there wasn't we weren't very good at taking the passing routes away and the hot routes. When you're playing a zone, it's quick little dump offs, catch and run, first down. But now, if you pair man press with the blitzing attack, where are you going to go? We got size, we got speed, we got Sauce on one side, top 3 cornerback in the league. We got Michael Carter, top 3 nickelback in the league. We got Stevens and or A.G. Thomas on the other side. Where are you going to throw? Our linebackers can move and run all over the field with Sherwood and Quincy. They can cover the tight ends. They can get out to the flats for the running backs. It's going to be fun to watch this scheme get built, how they utilize players. Are they going to do a heavy rotation? That's something New York Jets fans have been very critical about the last couple of years. Even moments where Quinn Williams himself was aggravated and frustrated that he'd be taken out of the game when he wasn't tired. What's the play calling going to be? What's the utilization going to be? There's a lot of questions with this team. It's a new staff. It's a new plan. Listen, we're hungry for Jets talk. We're watching Jets shows all day, every day in the month of May. And thank you for that. If you're just joining, hit the like button. My name's Nick Shine of the Nick Shine Show, or guest host of the Jake Asman Show today. Jake couldn't make it. This idea came about yesterday. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for your support. G-Man the Prophet for Jets football gifted another 5 memberships during that. And they went to, let me get caught up here. Where did it go? The JoJo, Brian Scantlebury, Daniel Scavino, Ali Shafay, and AJ. Thank you, G-Man, and good luck in the raffle. Before the show started, Ricky New York saying, have a great show, Nick. Thank you, Ricky. And my buddy Jets Johnny also, my homeboy. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a guest host planned with me today. We might have one momentarily. I can't pin the call-in link in the chat. I don't have that permissions. Only Jake does, from my understanding. So I will post it throughout the show. If you are a member of the Discord, the Patreon members, the link for the StreamYard is in there for you to call in. You can utilize that there. Also, if you are a Patreon member, make sure you check out the info for the Tampa Bay game. That info is in Jake's Discord. Jake, if you are in the chat, can you pin the StreamYard message? Thank you, sir. Now, more news with me and Jake. October 19th, 1 p.m., Jets hosting the Carolina Panthers. Jake and I are going to do a joint venture for the tailgate that day and the ticket purchase. Jake will be on the phone with the Jets next week. We've already worked out a plan with Tailgate Joe in the parking lot, Lot E. Should be a lot of fun. We have a lot of the same viewers. We talked amongst ourselves and said, why pick 2 separate dates and have people try to choose? Let's do one joint venture together and have one kick-ass party. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that, planning that, and hanging out with all the ASMANIACS and Shiners. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get to your callers. We are opening up the Gusbuster hotline. Let's start off with this guy. Kyle, my man, how are you?
How you doing, Nick? You know,
Well,
the guy
man.
takes the day. The guy takes the day off. He leaves you swimming out here, not able to pin the link. What's going on?
That's one of the things we didn't prepare for.
Yeah,
Gator took care of it. He was able to pin the link, so it's there for everyone. But
Well,
I had the backup plan with Discord posting. So
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I was able to get it there. You can't knock the guy's hustle one way or the other.
no, not at all.
So, you know, it's funny. You were talking in your monologue about, you know, how the Jets' defensive philosophy is going to be a lot more chaotic, clogging passing lanes than what we've become accustomed to. And I think that's a good thing. I think we had become a little bit stale and predictable under Saleh. It was more the wide 9, go get the quarterback. And, you know, we did what we did, and we were trying to force other teams to kind of adjust off that. And I don't think defense in the modern NFL really works that way for a prolonged period. I think that as a defensive coordinator and a defensive planner and a defensive team, you have to have your own elements of unpredictability, people coming from different fields of vision, you know, trying to take away what teams do best. And I was just kind of struck by some of the parallels. We know that there's a lot of parallels between football and basketball. And what the Pacers really did well in Game 4 was take away the Knicks passing lanes, right? And that's what led to all those turnovers. They were very active defensively, jumping on these kickouts down the lane and stuff like that. And then they didn't do it hardly at all in Game 5 at the Garden until the third quarter. There was a little spurt there where the Pacers made a run, where you started to see a little bit of the defensive resurgence from them. It was just an interesting kind of parallel that I was thinking about when you were going through your monologue about the athleticism of these players and what you try and do to stop people from getting from their spot and doing what they do well. And as far as the Carolina game goes, that's something I'm very interested in with some of the guys that I had attended the draft party.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Where I met you and other great listeners like the Prophet, who has been so generous already this morning. But yeah, I mean, that's something that's mid-October. Is that right, Nick?
October 19th.
Yeah. Well, we might have to work around
good weather, crisp weather in the morning. Maybe a little chill in the air, and then warms up as the day goes on. Hopefully,
Yeah, I might have to bag out on a soccer game or a track meet, but I think I've deserved it by that point. I appreciate your time as ever, Nick.
No worries, man. Thanks for calling, and pleasure again meeting you at the draft. And hopefully, we see each other many more times in the future.
Be good, man.
Be good, Kyle. Thanks for calling. The great Kyle Clifton, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have our buddy, Three Siblings.
Hey, can you hear me? My bad.
We can hear you, sir. How are you?
Hey, good. I'm sorry, I'm working in the house. Hey, I don't call often, but I called today just because you were on the Jake show. And I came to discuss one thing, Aaron Rodgers. I'm just playing. Listen, this is how I feel about Justin Fields. I got to go. Justin Fields struggled, right? Justin Fields didn't have the team, didn't have the offensive line. Justin Fields, I feel like this can be like a Sam Darnold thing all over again, right? Like, we didn't know Sam Darnold wasn't the key. We got hemmed up on the contract, right? The contract got obligations and he had to get paid. So, like, it was a perfect situation. We would want to have Sam to let, Zach come in, but we couldn't afford to do that, right? It's kind of the same thing with Fields. If your best receivers is Mooney and Kmet, are you really going to be successful? And like those games, like his third year, his second year, his third year, like he's winning these games for them. They're not winning in spite of Justin. He's putting the team on his back. So put a little more respect on Justin's name. Fuck Rodgers, Nick Drake Sr. Hey, you take care, buddy.
Thanks for calling in, buddy. Now, not everyone can play football as easily as Jay's son does. Jay's son is an 8th grader. I think he's 6'1", can jump out the building, and seeing all his highlights are a lot of fun, and can't wait to see his journey. He's already getting some big-time attention, and deservedly so. But ladies and gentlemen, I know you watched Jake's show yesterday. You don't miss any of Jake's shows, and God bless you for it. But there was originally supposed to be a co-host yesterday. Some things happened. He couldn't do it, but he's still here.
Are you an actual lawyer or what, man?
Yeah, I am a lawyer.
If you in trouble with the law and you need a lawyer, you better call Bonesy. Asmaniacs unite when the beast is in trouble, so you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books. Those are law books.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
God, I could be better. I told you what was going on with me. My sub pump on my septic tank is I don't know what's wrong, but trying to figure it out right, in the midst of this great morning we have among us. But what's going on, my friend?
Good luck, man. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through that. And I saw you make a comment the other day in the chat. And you said that I'm more than just a lawyer. I want to talk Jets. I want to talk Knicks. So, Bonesy, I am using the biggest platform on Jets YouTube. What's your thoughts on the Jets this offseason, bro?
Well, for starters, I just really dived into the last few interviews that we've had with Tanner Engstrand and Wilkes and Banjo. How do you say our defensive coordinators? Our special teams coach's name.
Special teams coach. Oh,
That the young, he's like a young guy. He was just on the Saints as a player a couple of years ago. Pangio, something like that. But I
haven't looked at the special teams coach because now that we're going to be running the ball down everyone's damn throat, I don't plan on punting.
Banjo, that's his name. There you go. Thunderlip saved me in there in the chat.
Chris Banjo.
Yes, there you go. He was a great special teams player for the Saints, and he obviously had a lot of experience with Aaron Glenn, so that's why he's on the staff. But what I'm coming from really just summing up everything that I'm hearing, and it's what we've echoed since the first time that this guy is even since Aaron Glenn's even spoke, is that he is a straight shooter. There is no bullshit with this guy. He is literally, as every player has said it. Every coach has said it. That's their favorite thing about him.
Now I know what Jake goes through at StreamYard. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love hearing it. I love that everyone's echoing the same thing, that Aaron Glenn is our leader. Even when they were hitting Tanner with like the questions about the offense and like what Aaron Glenn is, his influence, he still comes out and says, Aaron Glenn is the captain and he's going to tell me what to do. He's giving me the freedom to play to our strengths. But I love hearing that from everybody. And, when I've gone on the same, I've said this before, when someone's really confident in what they're doing, kind of like the echoes that we had from Rex, when someone's like confident, you can't be that bad at your job. Like when we had Gase come in, like you knew, like this guy he's scared of his own.
Day one. We don't agree on everything. Day one, every Jet fan went, "What the hell did we get into?"
Dude, do you remember the memes from the Gase? Dude, the Gase memes were.
I just became one by doing that. Yeah.
God. It was bad, and we all felt the same way. Like, what the hell is going on? We just hired the Dolphins coach that's been fired. We're listening to Peyton Manning. This man better be leading us the right way.
The Peyton Manning, who will not take any questions about his Adam Gase referral.
Someone hit him with a question on his podcast during a Monday night show. I forget which one it was, and he literally was just. He just didn't want to
tell you beforehand. Don't mention this.
Gase is a great coach. If Jake was live right now, we should do it for him. Gase is a great coach. Gase is great.
I can't. There's so many videos in here. I'll tell you right now. Kudos to Jake. Jake is an absolute legend because the amount of clips and videos that are in this StreamYard, it's remarkable. So when you see him looking to the side and searching for something, just know he is an absolute wizard with how he has these memorized, and there's 10 different files that they're under, and then there's up to 100 videos under each file. It's so much. But I did add one. And Bonesy, let's look at this.
Oh, yeah, look at that, baby.
I'm trying to get his layout here. Are we there? All right, it's just over us. Man, when was the last time you saw a Jets coach look at a player this way? This was Aaron Glenn's reaction as Justin Fields was running the ball yesterday. May everyone in life get someone who looks at them the way Aaron Glenn looks at Justin Fields, Bonesy. That's just, man, that's a coach who's like, this guy can move. I like this. We're going to have some fun with him running the ball.
You can see it, man. I mean, Aaron Glenn is putting all his eggs, or most of his eggs in the Fields basket. And you almost want, even if there's questions about Fields' game and, how he reads the defense and going through his progressions, the fact that he feels the belief, I'm hoping we have like a Tua situation where you know, you got one coach who just literally kills the man's confidence and he can't even like function. We think he's a complete bust. And then you get a coach that comes in and believes and gives him that confidence. And they are all in with the confidence building for Fields. And maybe it could be turned around. You know, I'm not the biggest Justin Fields supporter, but I do believe in what Aaron Glenn is doing for the entire building. And I do believe if Justin Fields stays healthy, that the sky's the limit in terms of, you know, being able to keep his legs healthy, you know, because he has been injury prone, you know.
Well, when we look at Justin Fields, right, let's break down Justin Fields' career in the NFL. This will be the best offensive line he's ever had. For a running quarterback, that means a lot. This is the best backfield he's ever had in the NFL with Brees, Allen, and Davis. Garrett Wilson, it's arguable if Garrett Wilson or DJ Moore, who he had a little bit in Chicago, is the best. Cole Kmet remains the best tight end that he's had, you know, and he loved going to his tight end. So I expect him and Mason Taylor to really connect early on. He's already got the rapport and the chemistry with Ruckert from their days at Ohio State. But I think that Taylor's skill set, his ability to get up and stretch the middle of the field and then down in the red zone. If you guys haven't yet, go look at Cole Kmet's highlights from 22 and 23. He had about 78 and I think 72 catches those 2 years. He had 8 and 6 touchdowns. He had very good seasons for a tight end with a quarterback that everyone said couldn't throw the ball. So check that out and enjoy, because I think you're going to see he has a comfort level going to the tight end up the middle of the field, throwing that tight end fade when they get down by the red zone. Justin Fields is going to be set up here to succeed. It's just a matter if he does it or not. And what you said about Glenn having Fields as his quarterback, he's all in with Fields until he's not, right? Like, we're going to give you every opportunity to go and steal this franchise quarterback position, which we have not had filled in a very long time. It's there for the taking, Justin. Go do it.
Hey, give me 30 seconds. I just got to turn off the filter on my septic pump because I'm trying to run it right now manually. Give me literally 30 seconds.
I accept these terms. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the walking legends in the chat, Rick Kent, gifted 5 channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, just because Nick Shine is hosting the Jake Asman show today, don't think that we're not collecting raffle entries. Don't think that there are not prizes to be won. You guys are an awesome chat. Keep it up. They went to Jersey Gene, who just got gifted on my show last night too. Victor Smith, Big Bert, Daniel Meza, and Amir Lambden. Thank you, Rick Kent. Nate says that he will gift a Jake Asman merch store to anyone who gifts a membership. Now, Bonesy, last night, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Are you ready to get a little crazy here?
Let's get crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, last night, YouTube had a comeback. And we know in Hollywood, we know in sports, everybody loves a comeback. Last night was the return of Bobby Midnight. He had Charles Gorman on the show with him.
Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers. Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers, taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Taking their shirts off.
Bobby and Charles are damn sexy. Damn sexy. Let's party. Let's party. Let's party. Let's Bobby and Charles are hot and sweaty. Hot and sweaty. Let's party. Let's party. Let's party.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi.
You
How you
guys,
doing?
man, that is incredible.
Well, we
Yes,
did.
it
They
is
asked.
incredible, Mr. Bonesy. It is
Hold on,
incredible.
one at a time. Bobby, since it was your show, we'll let you go first. I think I will, without even reading the chat right now, what the fuck?
Well, they asked for it and they got it, right, Charles? That's fine.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Charles?
Bonesy? I love you.
Love you too, Bobby. How's your eye, buddy?
Still, I gotta
Still popping
go
here?
check it out. Yeah, well, it's scratch cornea.
Oh, yeah.
It's this eye right here. That left eye.
We
Okay,
can't see it
Charles.
on camera, so.
We'll make it happen, Tom. Promise you.
You go.
Tom Hanks, you sick bastard.
What did Tom say? I didn't read that.
When you
Yeah,
guys
when we
meet,
meet
you
in
have to
person,
do
we
a
gotta
belly
talk
bump.
nipples.
What did he say?
He said
I
that
said, he said, when
Charles,
we
let
meet in
me-
person, Bob.
Charles, pipe down. He said when you
He
guys
just-
meet, you have to do a belly bump.
Oh, we did. Oh, like what's his name did in the bar that time with Nick.
Yeah,
Nick
there you
and Chaos.
Hey,
The Love Brothers. This sexy Love Brothers.
You guys.
Addison with a super chat. Thank you, Addison. Best moment in the history of mankind.
Oh, yeah, Addison, that was great. All right, Addison's in the chat. Let's give it for Addison.
No negativity or sarcasm, Bob. We know your trickery.
You got to play Addison's
He gave you
laugh
4
right
hours
now.
of his time yesterday. Don't shame him for gifting.
It's positively great. Great, Addison. I'm giving him a round of applause.
Oh, you're a nice guy.
I need to hear Addison's laugh right now, Nick. Figure it out.
Whose laugh?
Addison's. You know, Jake
Oh.
has this like buffet of things to do, and it's like, how the hell are you supposed to know what to choose? Imagine I couldn't have done it if I didn't have you. I would have needed at least get someone controlling everything. So
you have the day off today, Bonesy?
I do. Thank God I have the day off because got some stuff going on here at the home. So thank God I was here.
How's your daughter doing?
Good, man. I don't know if you guys could hear her in the background. She's actually being good playing in the playroom.
Oh, that's good.
That's wonderful.
I haven't seen.
I don't want to bother her yet. She'll eventually make her way over here to interrupt. So let her be
Right.
free.
Well, she loves her daddy. That's why.
Of course.
And your two boys do too.
Hell yeah.
Charles, where you at today?
I'm with my community inclusion group in Hazard. I'm just stepping outside to talk with you guys.
Oh, right. Okay, I know.
Nice, Charles. So
How
how's
you guys doing?
home, buddy?
Hold on one second,
The
gentlemen.
place has been great so far, man. We're sleeping there these past 3 nights. It's been great, man. It's been great.
Hold on one second, gentlemen. Jake Asman just super chatted. Alan, want to see a magic trick? Count to 10. And then he proceeded to count to 10 in the chat. And Alan's probably on his way. Hold on, let me find this.
The whole.
Why
There's
does he
so
want
many
to attack
clips.
Alan? He's a nice guy.
Stop talking
Right.
over everyone. Let's have some decorum here, gentlemen. It's not your channels. It's the Jake Asman show.
Oh, yeah. Somebody else talked over here.
I'm looking. There's so many.
Why is
videos.
this?
I point out somebody's name.
Charles, just because it's you.
Calm your freaky down.
I didn't do
It's Jake's right. This StreamYard is a little wild. Let's add Charles here first. I'll bring Bobby back in a minute. Sorry, guys. Charles, if you're with your community inclusion group, don't you think it's a little odd that you aren't including yourself with them right now?
Well, they're doing something right now. I don't want to bother. Not all.
Isn't that part of the day, being inclusive with the group?
Yes. But I told him I was going to be outside. I wouldn't disturb them.
All right. Thoughts on the Knicks last night, Charles?
Happy they won. It'll be a miracle if they win in 7, but we'll see what the hell happens. The Yankees are playing the Dodgers tonight at 10. Hopefully they beat the Dodgers, and hopefully it's a more entertaining series than the World Series last year. Because the Yankees played like dog crap against the Dodgers in the World Series.
You'd be a trash talk with Addison? Addison, our resident
I don't
Dodger
trash
fan?
talk with Addison.
How do you not trash talk with the Dodger fan if the Yankees are going to be playing the Dodgers?
Because I'm not the type of guy that likes to trash talk unless the guy deserves it.
Who
Call
deserves
me
it
a
in your
softie.
opinion? Who deserves
What?
it in your opinion?
Assholes.
All right, that's fair.
Look, guys.
Baseball right now, man.
What?
It's too early for me to worry about baseball. Baseball gets so intense once it comes to like September. That's when like I won't miss a game for the Mets, and I'll actually watch every game and start really like I watch when I can now, but I'm not like watching on my phone. I'll just watch the score updates and see what's going on, like especially with
I'm coming in, yeah.
how long
Charles,
the season.
I don't know what video to play you out with because Jake has multiple fart videos for you. So I'm gonna play
I'm just
all
gonna
three.
leave right now, guys. Peace out.
Peace out.
Excuse me. I think the second one. Excuse me. Oh.
You got to. You got to. If you have the living legend on and I have controls, then we got to see all three fart videos. During all that, I did miss a super chat from Kyle Clifton. No punting is right. Wallen Kai Kroger's in the game. It's a fake. When Arian Smith is out there, he's a decoy, and we are running down your throat. I'm ready for Parcellian football. Let's effing go. I like it, Kyle Clifton. Listen, we're going to be able to line up and convert, and we're going to have an innovated NFL scheme. Why are you making faces while I'm talking? I can see everything.
You know, I heard Banjo when he during his press conference, he actually mentioned that it organically happened that Arian Smith was taking punt reps, and he didn't like really go deep into how it came to fruition, but he did mention that it happens just from like the players like basically talking shit like, oh, I can do that and you can't, like, oh yeah, let me try that, and like that, like Arian Smith's really been working hard like before and after practice to really try to make, solidify a spot on special teams. And it's cool to hear. Well, we did hear about Arian Smith and how much of like he was a great worker and he's a hard-nosed guy and he has all the right tools besides dropping the ball. But it's nice to hear that you could already see that his speed is progressing and that they're already thinking of putting him, to maybe be a punt returner, maybe be a kick returner, make an impact on special teams. Like I feel like that's his first in to get on the team. What's up, Lowell? You want to come on camera? Come say hi.
Hi. How you been, sweetie?
Say hi to Nick. See that basketball hoop over there? This guy. Yeah. We play on it still.
You shooting hoops? You making buckets?
If you're gonna be shy, I'm putting you down, girl.
You don't want to talk to me?
Oh no, here she goes with the nose picking when she's nervous. Someone just asked me if I'm home, who's taking care of the law office. I'm having all calls to the office forwarded to my cell phone just in case of an emergency from my guy Beast.
Beastbreaker 666. He's the man who would kick your ass, and then he's gabagoo.
Lola, can you give us a Jets chant, please? Can you just show? There's another young girl who goes on someone else's channel. I won't mention any names, and I think your Jets chant could put her to shame. Can you give me a Jets chant so I could give you like some chips or something good? Come on. Why are you so shy?
I'll do anything for chips. Do a Jets
Come
chant?
on, give me a Jets chant. Yeah. All right, well, hey, you go play then. Go ahead.
All right, have fun, sweetie.
Go grab your tablet. No, one more thing. Oh, God, sorry. No, you're good.
Better odds. Knicks in 7 or Justin Fields 3,800 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing, 35 TDs combined. Oh, you're back? Hi. What do you think? The Knicks or Justin Fields, Lola? Who's going to do better, the Knicks or Justin Fields? The Knicks? Oh, that's not good for the Jets fans then, Lola. Oh.
I mean, those stats are crazy, though.
Yeah.
Imagine 3,800 yards. That would be 1,300 yards more than his career high, plus 1,000 rushing, 35. Dude, that's like, come on, that's like top 5 quarterback numbers. Imagine having Justin Fields in fantasy and putting up those numbers.
That's MVP type numbers.
I guarantee this year, Justin
That's
Fields
a better
will
season than Josh Allen had last year.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous stat line. But
I would go 3,100. I think he rushes for 1,000. I really do. It's 58. It's 58.82 a game. I think if he plays all 17 games, I think both him and Brees run for 1,000 this year. That's my bold prediction for this year.
Put you down.
35 touchdowns. I don't know. I'll take the under on that. I'll probably go with rushing. He rushes for 10, maybe 27, and maybe throws one a game. And then, I think we're going to be probably a dominant rushing attack. And we're going to be breaking long runs. So, Brees
he just has to stay healthy, though. That's the key, man. Like these running quarterbacks, it's tough for Lamar Jackson and what's his name? Why am I blanking on who just won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Like these guys, they don't play 17 games. I think Lamar might have did it this year for the first time, but I know that Hurts was definitely out a couple games. I remember watching Kenny Pickett, but it's tough to stay healthy when you're running is the biggest attack.
Yeah, but you know what? When you can attack the defenses in the NFL, and Aaron, thank you for the super chat. For those of you watching, hit the like button. It's free. I am Nick Shine of the Nick Shine Show, hosting today for Jake, who's unavailable. We are joined with the Tramp is here. The Tramp is here. Mr. Bonesy, the one and only, and of course, lovely Lola. I love it.
She's doing quiet Jet chants right now.
Oh, okay. You want to do a quiet Jet chant? J-E-T-S. Yes. Okay, your turn. Do it.
Go. That is wimpy. That is very wimpy.
All right.
When I was listening to Justin Fields' press conference, I don't, judge X is too early, but he did mention almost every receiver's name except for Corley. Just saying. He mentioned everyone. He threw in Arian Smith, Tyler Johnson, Reynolds, Lazard, Garrett, obviously, Gibson, but he did not mention Corley's name. Now, I don't know if it was just a luck of the draw.
You got to remember, too,
You went poopy?
coaches and front offices are loyal to the guys that they draft. They're loyal to the guys. Arian Smith is their guy. Corley's not their guy. So we've seen many new regimes take over, and a young player who fans have been attached to, they just move. They ship him off because he doesn't fit what we want to do. He doesn't have a skill set that we envision in our scheme. So I wouldn't be surprised if Corley is on the out, if Corley can't do what they require in their passing attack.
Just crazy. He was a 3rd round pick. He was a Rodgers guy. What did everybody see in him that didn't pan out? I gotta go change a poopy diaper, so you gotta let me roll.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'll be right back.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, I thank you for that. If you haven't already, please consider going over into the description of the show and subscribing to the Nick Shine Show. I am known as the late night guy. I work till 11 p.m. Most nights I don't go on till 11:20. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. is the big show where we usually get a guest and have a lot of fun. We'll talk Jets. We'll talk whatever's going on in the sports world. And yeah, it would be great to have you. Tried to go to him before. He wasn't there. Let's try one more time. There's a lot of videos. There's so many videos. Let's do this one. Beast, are you there?
You know what time it is? I'm Beastbreaker 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Beast, people are saying in the chat, this is your best call in ever. Well said, Beast. Bo with the super chat, and I'll throw this to Bonesy when he returns. Thank you for the super chat, Bo. Question for both Nick and Bonesy. As the coach of the New York Jets, you have a choice to make. Our record is 4-5. Justin Fields got hurt, and Quinnen is hurt. What's your move to get us to the playoffs? Now, in this scenario, are Fields and Quinnen out for the season? I don't even want to say those words. I mean, if you're a Tyrod Taylor and you're down your DT1, and I think I speak for a lot of Jets fans when I say we're not in love with the depth at defensive tackle. A lot of Jets fans wanted a defensive tackle, and early in the draft, we wanted one by round 3. Leonard Taylor III is one of my big question marks for this team. And if he can answer that question with, yes, I've arrived, I'm going to be a very good player. This scheme, these coaches have developed me. They brought me up to a big level. That can help our defense a lot. Now, if you're without Quinnen, you're without Fields. I mean, I don't know if the playoffs would be in reach. I think 4-5 with these two players is possible. I've looked at it as 2-game seasons, right? Pittsburgh at home, Buffalo at home. Win one. At Florida, back-to-back games. We get lucky going to Miami on a Monday night where we don't have to deal with that heat. Win one of those two in Florida.
Yeah.
Then you got Dallas at home and in London against Denver. Win one of those games. You're 3-3. Then you got Carolina and I believe Cincinnati before the bye. You should be able to beat Carolina. So I think best case scenario, this team's 4-4 at the bye. Now, Bonesy, both threw this question to you. Jets are 4-5.
I mean,
Justin
I see it.
Quinnen is hurt.
Well, the Quinnen injury, that would definitely hurt us. But I do feel that Glenn's system is a little more predicated to, like, look at how badly Detroit's injuries were last year. I'm talking. Oh, you did it. Nobody was listening. Go ahead. Do it now.
Yeah, awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
If you looked at the Lions injury last year, it was crazy. And yes, there were some bad games by the Detroit defense, but then there were some games that Detroit won on defense. I remember there was a game where Jared Goff had they were up and had 40 points on the board, and Jared Goff hasn't even thrown for more than 30 yards. It was some crazy stat like that. So the Quinnen injury, I feel like, I know we're kind of thin at defensive tackle. I wouldn't see them making a midseason move at 4-5 for that. But the Fields injury, that's something that we have to prepare for that could happen at any given moment. And I do think that with Tyrod being there, we are in good hands with the backup. But then you go into the only issue is Tyrod's going to get hurt. Tyrod always gets hurt. So, who's next? Cook, the undrafted quarterback. Who's going to be our third guy? What are you doing, Lola? All right, go play. I'm doing something. Hey, go have fun.
Well, Bo, thank you for the super chat, Bo. Appreciate you. Aaron with another super chat. Reason I asked, Lamar posted 4,100 passing, 900 rushing, 45 touchdowns. Justin will reach 1,000. We have an O-line. I think he can post these numbers. I hope, Aaron. I hope, but I think we're going to be so run dominant, not just with Fields, with Hall and others as well, that I don't know if he gets to those passing numbers. You know, the way I'm envisioning this offense being run, it's a lot of RPO, a lot of misdirection. Last year, our offense was so predictable because the quarterback would make all these motions telling everyone in the world it's going to be a pass. And then when we did a run play, there would be none of that. So defenses, with the size and the speed of the defenders, you cannot have a successful offense if you are telling the defense what you're going to run. Oh, this is a pass because he's changing every route. Oh, delay a game too. Mix those in as well. And then just break the huddle and then run and have a run game. That's why it wasn't the offensive line was so bad blocking. The defense knew what was coming time and time again. It's huge advantage when you can have the threat. Let's go 3 wide receivers. We're in shotgun. Justin Fields is in shotgun. Braylon Allen on one side. Breece Hall on the other. Snap, RPO, come back out the other way. And now you got to roll out either a pass, simple read, run, pass option. Linebacker drops, Fields runs it, gets a few yards. Linebacker comes up, cornerback comes up, bloop, dump it over him. Easy reads. Make the game simple for him. Use his skill set to devise a scheme where he can attack. Be efficient on third down. If we have a good offensive line, like everyone says we do, we should have shorter third downs. They should be easier to convert. Be efficient on third down. Move the chains time and time again. Sustain drives. And when you hit that right play and the whole defense bites this way, guess what, guys? Breece Hall and Justin Fields have enough speed to take it the distance as runners.
I think I agree. I agree with you in some aspects. I think the way you're describing the offense, we're going to really need the defense to be who we think they can be. Because for you to be able to run the ball and not need to trail and make comebacks passing the ball and have the time to actually run the offense and run the ball and take first and second and third down to get first downs. You need the defense to get their stops. It can't be like last year where we would literally score and the defense would just the defense would give up a touchdown on the opening drive every time, putting us in a hole, and then God forbid we go 3 and out or we don't score and then the defense gives up another score. Like those are the things we need to avoid because that's where Justin Fields struggles. It's in the 2-minute offense. It's in when the running game, you need to pass, like you need to make the comeback. So we need to stay in games and close enough that we could always keep that running game as an option. You know what I mean? Like that the defense is going to have a lot to do with the success of this season.
And the way they're building this scheme on offense, everyone has a role. Everyone has a purpose. Arian Smith, he's to take the top off the defense guy. We haven't had that since Robbie Anderson. We haven't had a guy that scares the defense that they could just run past them. He does that. Now, what does that mean? It means that you can open up for crossing tight end routes. It means that you can open up Garrett Wilson for a 12-yard in on third down because the safety won't be able to jump that because he's got to fear someone going over the top. Everyone has a purpose. They have a plan. They have a vision. We haven't had that the last couple of years. And to be fair, last year with Downing, we never got to see what his scheme was going to be because it got changed at the line so many times. Coordinators build a plan throughout the week. They set up, all right, we're going to run this play early. Later in the game, we can go to this play. We can work off of that. When they run a play and they have layers to it, like an onion, right? They run one play and then they have all their assistants saying, okay, linebacker here bit, safety came up, he bit. We can run this off of that later on in the game. The coordinator never got to do that last year because everything was getting changed at the line of scrimmage. Now, granted, Aaron Rodgers has been very successful throughout his career. Last year, it just didn't work. He had the best 1-2 wide receiver punch he's ever had with Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams, in my opinion. And we couldn't win games. So there's something to be
the run
said
game
about
too, though, man. Remember how bad we couldn't when we started off the year, and we were really just trying to run the offense, and Aaron Rodgers not touch anything. We couldn't even get like 3rd and 1s. Like all year we didn't get 3rd and 1s, but like we just consistently struggled in the trenches running the ball and with no holes, and it was a little odd to me that we didn't even like I never saw a lot like Garrett just run a fly, like just run a deep ball and just take a shot. Like we started doing that towards the end of the year a little bit with Devontae, but that was another reason why I think a lot of the failures that we had on offense was due to like Aaron Rodgers has never not had a run game. He's always had a run game. It's always been like part of his thing where like, you can't stack the box because if you do, he's going to beat you up top. And it was always a strategic thing with him. And the run game never got going last year. And I don't want, blame Rodgers for changing it. Sure. I blame.
It's a combination. It's not just him, right? Like if we had a better scheme, there's that side of it too. If Rodgers trusted the scheme and trusted the play calls, maybe he wouldn't be changing them. So I'm not blaming him solely. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that just didn't work, right? And that's why you cut ties. But ladies and gentlemen, Bo Cephas just dropped 10.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
I love that video of Jake and Makai Becton together. Bo gifted 10, and that went to Jay Sams, Ramos, Gavin McNall, Dean Paparella, Miguel Valentine, Harris Bornstein, Brian Glick. And I lost the names. YouTube refreshes. Brian Glick, Sebastian Diaz, Donovan Coleman, Yeetus, Deletus. Thank you, Bo.
Thank you, Bo.
Now, Bonesy, you're known for being a lawyer, shoe salesman, father, friend,
Yes, sir.
great
Yes,
uncle. But if you're a lawyer, we need to bring in the judge, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Barbarossa.
Hey, what's going on, ASMANIACS? Bonesy, it's great to talk to you again, man. Nick Shine, you're doing a great job. I love it, man. You're doing awesome.
Thanks, man.
I subscribe to your
Appreciate it.
channel too. So yeah, you got
Thank
it.
you.
So just chilling.
If you haven't
Don't-
already,
nobody tell
in the
my
chat,
boss that I'm not
go
working right
subscribe
now.
to the Nick Shine Show. Bo Barbarossa just subscribed. Join him. We welcome everyone over there.
It's the honorable thing to do. It's the honorable thing to do is just subscribe to Nick Shine Show. But nobody tell my boss I'm not working today. I'm at another bachelor party in North Carolina right now, just chilling. So I'm having a good time. Listen, you guys talk football. I really appreciate you guys are talking about like all the strategy things that I never really thought about with like just changing the plays and stuff. I really appreciate it. It's like you said, there's a lot of layers to it, like an onion. But I think if we're going to be successful on offense, like it really just is going to come down to the coaching and strategy. Like it's like the opposite of what happened last week. We have almost the same players, and it just didn't work. So it's really just going to come down to what Aaron Glenn and the guys that he hires, how good they are at their job. Whether you're coaching someone who's 5 years old or a professional who's 25, coaching is the most important thing. And I think anybody who played sports, like you have a coach you remember. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing is if Aaron Glenn is the real deal, we'll know very soon. Even if we aren't necessarily winning games, if you watch the Jets every day or every Sunday, you'll know the difference in the team. I think even within the first game, I think we'll really see like who's and who as a team for this coach, because there's just so many other things going on, and we just have so many like other factors. I just think it's going to come down to the coaching, and if Aaron Glenn is the real deal, like we want him to be, it's going to come out in the wash really soon. It really is. Even maybe in like some of these pregame things, we might see just a different tone, but I really think the tone has to be set in the first game. We're playing Pittsburgh, especially if Aaron Rodgers is on that team. That needs to be a tone-setting game. If he's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, we got to just come out and beat the shit out of him if that's what's going to happen. That's they got to set the tone,
I'm the
and that
opposite
starts
of
with the
Jake.
coach.
I'm the opposite of Jake. Jake, he's a little concerned that Rodgers is going to come out, light up the Jets. It'd be a typical Jet performance where they get embarrassed in the laughing stock. I am completely opposite of that. I want Rodgers in week 1 because he doesn't have the scheme that he's been in for 20 years. They just got rid of Pickens. They lost Najee Harris. We know what he wants to check to. You know that you can just be up tight at the line the whole time, and then you can have the linebackers up on Freiermuth because he's going to try to quick pass to the tight end. We know what he's comfortable with because we just suffered through it for an entire season. I don't want to play them in week 9 or 10 where he's got his comfort level and they're hitting a rhythm. That's the best week 1 game for the Jets. Right now, they don't have a quarterback. And if they do get him, time is short.
No doubt.
Now.
No doubt.
And there's always an acclimation period, no matter how long you've been in the league. Tom Brady had an acclimation period in Tampa. The year he went to Tampa, and he was playing much better than Rodgers has played last year. What did they do? Their bye week in November is when they made all their adjustments, and that's when Tampa really took off. So if you want to play a team with a veteran quarterback, you want to play them early.
But what I will counter you with, what I will counter you with, though, is what happens when he goes to the Steelers offense and instantly has a run game. Like, it doesn't matter who the Steelers have. It doesn't matter who the Steelers have at quarterback for how many years prior we've seen the Steelers organization as a whole. They will run the ball down your throat, and they'll play great defense, and they'll make the playoffs every year. And they run the ball exceptionally well. And if you have Aaron Rodgers and you give him 3rd and 3s, he's going to kill you all day. We could never give the man a 3rd and 3. We could never do. We couldn't run the ball. So if you give Aaron Rodgers a run game, it's going to be a different quarterback no matter how we want to slice it. So if you were to ask me to bet my entire life bank account, if either as a Jet fan and what I've been through and what I've seen, or who's going to win that game if Rodgers is the quarterback, I couldn't bet with my Jet love. I'd have to bet with hoping my life doesn't turn upside down, and I'd go with Rodgers. I don't know. I hope I'm dead wrong, and I hope that we come out and
it's going to be a good litmus test.
Is flying, and we're stopping the run, giving Aaron Rodgers 3rd and longs, and he's still trying to get on the same page as DK Metcalf. Because don't forget, DK Metcalf is not a route runner. He's a go fly guy. I don't know. I still have to see that connection. I'm very intrigued to see the connection that, because Rodgers is like, I need Lazard, and if I can't have Lazard, I need Devontae. So I am interested to see their passing attack. But the Steelers always run the ball well. If it's Jalen Warren back there or Najee Harris, who's a little overrated in my opinion, but I don't know. If you give Rodgers a run game, like, we got to stop their run. If we stop their run, we could definitely win that game.
If I could counter that. We just lived through it. We know he's going to do his checks at the line. He's going to dictate to us when it's a run, when it's a pass.
But it might not be
that, and though. Here's the thing to factor in too. He's not going against the Robert Saleh defense that he just practiced against every day. He's going up against a new scheme. He's going up against what we don't even know what we're going to be. So we're going to get to unveil some things that he might not know. I mean, obviously, his experience in the league, he's seen a lot, but he doesn't know what we're going to on 3rd down and 7. He doesn't know what we're going to on 2nd and 10. So it's going to be fun. We're going to get to know right away what type of defense we're going to have. Are we man pressed? Is Sauce up in Metcalf's face? Do you put Sauce on someone else, and do you put Stevens and the safety over on Metcalf's side of the field just so Sauce doesn't miss a tackle on a screen in a bubble and he takes it the distance? How do you defend it? What's the game plan? Is Sauce going to be CB1 who travels? What's this defense going to show? Rodgers doesn't know that. We don't know that. So there is a lot of layers to it. And Barbarossa, you cut out. Thank you for calling. We missed the super chat before from Bo. Beast has a date with a girl. He posted it in the chat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if Beast, we will try for the 3rd time. Is this the charm?
Good morning, America. How are we doing this morning?
How are you, sir?
Usual, nothing new, nothing fancy. Just gonna be heading out in a few hours on a date. I already got my thing ready to go. I'm already prepared and pumped.
What
And a
thing
little
do you
bit
have ready to go?
I already got my Bullet Club ready to go. I already got my wallet ready to go.
Beast,
Come
where you
on.
guys going?
Yeah, Beast.
I
We
gotta
need
be
to
going
know.
around the suburbs a little bit. Hey, I'm not a city person. Number one, no city person. Been there, done that. Next question. Sorry.
All right. What does a Beast date entail?
Real stars. See, I ask questions up front, and I'm not gonna go right here because I gotta get ready to get out of here right now.
Well, Beast, unfortunately, I think he saw the writing on the wall. Jets Johnny said nope.
Jets Johnny.
Jets Johnny said
guys are
bye-bye. See ya.
Yeah, you got, just you
I
guys
wonder.
picture Beast.
Let's ask
right?
a question, Bonesy.
Go ahead.
What lasted longer, that call or the date?
Look, man, look. Let's give Beast credit for even going on a date and putting himself out there. We've been trying to preach to Charles to get his ass together and go on a date, and he's still trying to get that going. So let's give our guys, Beast, give him some credit for putting his balls. I mean, hey, Beast, I know you got cut out. Wash your balls and wash your underarms, bro. Don't be stinking, and brush your teeth.
Gotta wash your balls.
All right, here we go.
Sorry, I got cut off. My phone ran out of battery.
Now look what you've done. Beastbreaker 666.
I would say the same thing to
No
Beast.
more
Wash your balls.
protection
Just
from
make
the
sure you're clean.
Asmaniacs.
You're good.
Had to cut your call off and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. Do you understand me? You catch my drift?
Are you seriously on crack? I think
Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
How about you bending over and taking up the booty hole behind the 7-Eleven?
I'm learning, guys. There's
That's
so many
the best
videos.
Beast. That's the best one. That's the best one because he just ran like it's legit him actually talking. It's just a sound clip of him from the beginning of his career as an Asmaniac. That's my favorite outro for anybody. Especially the part where he's talking about taking it up the booty hole behind 7-Eleven. That's the best part because it's got to be a 7-Eleven.
Jets Johnny, thank you for the super chat. And I know you got cut off. I see you went inside. What's your thoughts on playing potentially playing Rodgers early in the season? Are you for it? Are you worried?
Can you say that again? I got after you said what's your thoughts, I got cut out. The internet here in North Carolina is ass.
What's your thoughts on this? We had a super chat or a comment we were discussing with playing Rodgers early in the season. If he does go to Pittsburgh, are you bringing it on?
I
Are you
totally
nervous?
totally agree. We want to play him week 1. Yeah, we want to play him week 1. Like you said, getting acclimated. You use the Tom Brady example. I think it's the best chance we have of not being a laughing stock against Aaron Rodgers easily. I think even with their run game, that's like a Taylor thing. He gets plays.
Oh,
tough.
I didn't remove him. I don't know. If
No,
he went out
yeah,
on
his
own.
internet is rough.
Yeah, Barbarossa, the internet was rough. I didn't remove you. It went out. I don't know what happened.
Listen, coming from somebody who when I first saw Beast, right, and he literally drove me nuts. Like I couldn't take him. I couldn't watch him. He's all wrestling, and you guys have to realize. I know I don't know if Beast is. I know he's comfortable saying this, but Beast is autistic, guys. So why don't you guys cool off a little bit on the guy? He's 40 and autistic, so he's not a younger guy like we have some other younger guys on the show with that deal.
Are
with
you
that.
saying he made all those posters on the wall himself?
I'm just saying sometimes just have a little.
Oh, you
heart.
said autistic, not artistic.
Yes, he's autistic. So come on, guys. Sometimes it's the hate. I was there, and he does a good job of not making you realize he looks like a normal guy. He plays off very well. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes we gotta have a heart a little bit, that coming from me, like I want to stop watching this show because I couldn't take Beast, man. It drove me nuts. I was like this wrestling fanatic living in his attic with a mohawk. I'm like, nah, dude, not my type of guy. But then as I got to know him, I will defend Beast till the end, man. He's got a good soul, and
That's a fair take.
I can never be mean to a guy in his situation. So
I'm going to bring in someone who I didn't connect with early on, but now I do.
SEAL Team 75, assemble.
The Clapping Seals, they're alive and well in the chat. You guys can be mean to me all you want. It's cool.
What's up, Gary?
What up?
I missed the racist stuff. Sorry, the chat's hitting up that he said some racist. Maybe I missed that part. So maybe that's what everybody's because that would be bad. But I guess I missed that part. I am seeing what the chat's saying. So
let's break it down, right? When you call 911 and they don't dispatch anyone, they kind of know the deal. They're like, okay. When you're on with a 911 operator, and she's like, okay. But I will say this: one of my favorite lines of all time. Do you need assistance? As long as I have safety, that's all I need. I got everything I need. That was so good.
Sometimes when everybody's calling Beast out on his lies and stuff, it's like, yo, Beast, he sometimes has an idea and he probably just his mind, he believes it. Like, I don't know.
That's your client, bro. That's your client. You got to bond with him, it seems. All the hours together working on his case, it seems like you guys got to bond.
I hope he's not racist because that would piss me off because I literally coming from growing up in Brooklyn as a Sicilian kid with all black friends. I have I have my roots, so that would be a game changer piece. So I hope you're not, man. That would be a little. I'd have to stop defending you, brother. So.
I was about to ask, any truth to the rumor that you're transferring all ownership of Alden's shoes over to Joe Bonesy because you have to put more time into defending Beast? It is now a full-time job.
No, I've had a couple of random calls at the shoe store of people looking for lawyers, and I had to turn them down because I got too many clients right now. So I'm a little booked up. There is some truth to that,
Gary, what's on your mind? I think that's a loaded question. I apologize to the chat wherever this goes, but Gary, what's on your mind?
First off, great job. This is a great duo. I think Jake's taking more days off because we can do this more often. First, Justin Fields. I agree with playing Pittsburgh week 1 is a blessing. It's a brand new offense. I'm assuming Rodgers is going to be there, but even if Rodgers is not, whoever's playing quarterback is going to be a brand new system for that person because they don't have a quarterback right now. So that's exactly when you want to play him. And as far as Fields, I got to go down with this ship. Like I said, my whole family on my wife's side are huge Bears fans, and I've defended this guy. When they said they didn't want him, I'm like, the Bears passed up on the number 1 pick, which was Bryce Young, to keep Justin Fields. Right after they believed in him. Like, he's shown flashes. I remember having this argument with Fialco. What's Caleb Williams? Well, Caleb Williams is Justin Fields with a lesser arm, smaller, and slower. Like, Justin Fields checks a lot of boxes. I know he's got his weaknesses. I know he's got his flaws. But if you let him run the offense, you give him an easy offense, and you let him run it. You say, this is your offense. If you mess up, you screw up, all right, try not to do it again. But you're not going to get pulled, right? Like, this is your team. Go with it. I think I think there's still a lot of upside there. Like, he's still, what is he, 24, 25? He's still relatively young. This could work. Like, I remember a Buffalo Jet fan said, pick your mid, right? When we weren't bringing Rodgers back, he said, well, pick your mid. And at that time, I said, well, I want Fields. And so now I kind of got what I wished for. Now, hopefully this works out. And I think there's reason to suspect that it will. Not that he's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, but the Jets, he can play well, and the Jets can have a respectable season. Like, I'm looking at the schedule, I really think 8 or 9 wins is the most likely outcome.
Yeah. even if it's say we're 3-5 at the bye. After the bye, the schedule becomes very favorable. You have Cleveland coming in, then you go to New England on a short week, and then you play Baltimore, which is I think your toughest game of the season outside of the division. It easily is. And then it opens up. You got Atlanta and Miami coming up here. Then you got New Orleans, Jacksonville, New England again. Like if you're going to go on a run and you're going to be playing valuable, important, meaningful games late in the year, you got to win those games. You got to come out of that. You got to change the stigma with this team. The stigma with the New York Jets has been we cannot win with extended time off. The Jets' record when they have an additional day off or more is horrible. And you have an opportunity to change that because after the bye, you have Cleveland at home, which I think a lot of us who are doing the W and the L's down the schedule are looking at that Cleveland game as a win.
W.
And then you go to New England on the short week. So we can go from a team who never won with extended time off to winning 2 games in 5 days. So you want to change the culture. You want to change the opinion. You want to change the narrative. You have the opportunity to go and change the narrative. You want to get some boxes checked. You want to get some fans who've been on the fence or even negative about the Aaron Glenn hiring. Go win games with extended time off. You have the extra day off early in the season with Miami going on Monday night. Then you have the bye week with Cleveland. Win these games. Start to win games that the Jets of the past, under multiple coaches, have not been able to figure out. Start to figure out the things that we have been crying about. And now that's how you build momentum. That's how you change the culture. That's how you change the narrative with the fan base. One of the many things he can do.
Yeah, I feel coaching is the most important thing. We've never really when has the Jets developed a quarterback? When did the Jet? Who's the last Jet? Right? Like,
and he sat for 2 years.
That was 25 years ago. Yeah, it's like a long time ago he came up.
The odds, unfortunately, are against us. But when you, I keep talking to it. I keep saying it. When I talk to my brother, and I talk to him about everything. I keep saying that Aaron Glenn's confidence is what has me believing. When you do anything in life, if you have confidence, you're either and like you have like really, really confidence, and you're either a complete fraud or you're decent at it. You're at least like good at it. So I have a feeling, and of course it's a Jet gut wish feeling, but I do have the feeling that with the way he's handled Rodgers and the way he's been so tough as nails, and every person you hear is talking about how he's taking control of the building already. He already has everybody believing 100% attendance and all the good things that you want to hear at this time. I can't see him being a complete failure. The only thing that does scare me is that he's putting a lot of faith into Justin Fields, and I'm hoping that, we're rewarded with that, because he is, putting a lot of eggs in the Fields basket. But at least it is only a 2-year contract, so technically it's not the biggest gamble. But when for me, when you get rid of Rodgers, you bring in a guy like Fields, who's like more of a journeyman quarterback that does need a chance to succeed. And we go on and on about talking about he hasn't had an offensive line or a good coaching staff, but I always go back to last year with the Steelers, where he was looking, to me, he was looking pretty good at 4-2, and somehow they still didn't see it in him. And it's just like, what am I missing? Like, I guess they just, the having to play those games and grind them out. And like I said, with Fields in that 2-minute offense, how's he going to respond in those situations, in the clutch situations,
What's crazy is we talk about the journeyman quarterback. He's been around the league. He was the 3rd quarterback taken in his draft class. He's the same age as the quarterback
he was 4th.
He went before Mac Jones, didn't he?
No, but he went
you're right,
after
Trey Lance. Okay.
Wilson.
He was, I always forget about
San
Trey
Francisco
Lance.
traded up for Lance.
Dang, man. He's the 4th quarterback taken in his draft class. He's younger or the same age as the 3rd quarterback off the the third quarterback taken in this year's draft, Tyler Shock. They're the same age. They're in the same draft class, which is wild to even think about. Yeah. So like it's the
If you look at the skill set though, Gary, right? What Bonesy said. If you're going to go with a 26-year-old quarterback, you want a couple things. You want a guy who's athletic, check. You want a guy who's maybe been in a couple schemes and you know his strengths and his weaknesses. It wasn't one bad coach, right? And you got a guy with a strong arm. Now, if you can coach him, you can mold him, you can devise that skill set to be successful, and you can teach him the game and you can slow it down for him. A lot of times, guys get exposed to the game and they have bad coaching or bad teachers. You can have someone who's great with X's and O's, but can't explain what's on the board to get it into the quarterback's brain. People learn differently. Some are visual, some are by repetition, some are by conversation, right? If you can reach Justin Fields and make the game slow down and get it to click, he's got skill sets that you look for. That's why he was drafted highly, right? We saw the film. We know he can make big plays. We saw him in college. He's had flashes. He had a tremendous game on, I think, a Thursday night against Washington when they first got DJ Moore, and he was just going off. Moore had like 200 yards receiving that game. He's had flashes. Now, if you can take those flashes and make that permanently, make it an eternal flame, then we could be catching lightning in a bottle. And instead of being the team that sends off Geno Smith, that sends off Sam Darnold, we could be the team that says, you know what, we got the right coaching here now. We've developed a guy. We did what other teams couldn't do. We found a way to make this guy be a franchise quarterback. And you know what? As fans, Gary, we fucking deserve that.
I don't like. There's so many seasons I've gone into where there's like no hope. Like the Nets season this year. Like there's no way they're going to be anything but like one of the worst teams in basketball. Right? There's so many. I don't feel that way about the Jets. Like I think that like this is an interesting. They're not going to win the Super Bowl, but like I don't. It's not a hopeless season where I look at the roster and I look at the schedule. I say, well, this is going to suck. I don't feel that way at all. Like I look at the schedule. I say, all right, there's at Buffalo you're going to lose. At Baltimore you're going to lose. At Cincy you're probably going to lose. But there's plenty of winnable games. Like I would not be surprised if they start off 4-4 at all. And then you go home and you get the bye. You come back, you're home at 5-4. If you can beat Cleveland, like there's hope here. I don't think we're going to get to October and we're going to be talking about the 2026 NFL draft. I'm not going to be talking about Arch Manning or Nico or whoever. Yeah. Like we're going to be talking about football games, meaningful football games.
Yeah,
we're hoping
the most important question that has to get answered this year is Fields your guy or not? Like the worst scenario for the Jets would be Fields is borderline. Like he shows a little bit late in the season. You don't go get a quarterback in 26, and then Fields falls off in 2027. Right? That's the worst case scenario as a Jet fan. Either make it so obvious to all of us that you're the franchise guy, or don't be. Right? We don't want to miss out on this quarterback class next year. But Gary, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. And
Gary,
have an outro for you.
I'm not going to do the clapping seal part.
What do you mean?
I do want to, but I'm not going to do it because Gator's going to use it out of context, and then it's going to go viral, and then I'm going to have to look at it forever.
Yeah, guy's been on hold for a while. I've debated bringing him in, ladies and gentlemen. Nate from inside today.
Inside, not outside, like Clifton would say. Oh, Mr. Bonesy, how we doing?
What's up, my bro?
Good to see you. We haven't. I'll pivot to basketball talk. We haven't had a lot of basketball talk, and I still feel like we're too far away from the Jets stuff. Although I'm on the same boat as Gary. Like I'm super excited, and I think they're going to win games. Like we got a good offensive line. We got hopefully a good coach. We got a good run game, and the defense will hopefully be stout. So I'm going to get excited come football time. We still got the Knicks and the Mets and the blue and orange to focus on right now. Bonesy, that was a big win last night. Absolutely.
Big win.
What do you got winning the series now? Does that change anything for you?
I feel like this game 6 is everything. If they screw up and let us steal this game and go back to the Garden for a game 7, I will be confident in that game 7. But this game is everything.
Manhattan will be under siege.
Yeah.
The whole city will be doing the Halliburton choke sign.
Oh, my God. Imagine.
New Jersey Transit might go back on strike just to protect their workers and the people so they don't have to bring them into the city that day. It will be nuts.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
The Knicks have had a player each – Nate, the Knicks have had a player each game on the Pacers that have played out of their minds that have won games for them. Game 1, Neesmith, we even got to talk about what happened. Game 2 was Siakam dropping 39. Then in Game 4, but Tyler Halliburton went crazy.
Triple double. And what he had last night, like 8 and 6, right?
Look at Mather in the last 2 games. Like they come, and then O'Connell playing good. They keep
that. You got to watch out for Mather.
A guy. He's been playing incredible the last 2 games.
Yeah. I don't know if I said, see my post, I left my last time I was on was after Game 1, and I said Knicks fans have the right to panic after Halliburton hit that shot because it was, just a devastating shot in a game they should have won, then ended up losing Game 2, and they were down 3-1, so definitely had the right to panic. Now it's Pacers fans though, like you're saying, like the Pacers only have one way to play. Like you could say they got lucky, but like they only play at one speed, and they're kind of front runners. They don't play well if you get the lead on them because the Knicks were able to slow things down last night and like play at the Knicks speed and not run up and down the court and wear themselves out, the 6 or 7 guys they play with. And so that's, I don't know, game 6 gonna be interesting because it seems like Tibbs, I don't know if you were a fire Tibbs guy, and shout out to Buffalo Jet fan because he said this on his video this morning. He said Thibodeau was the first ever coach to win a conference finals game after getting fired by Twitter 2 days ago. So shout out to Tibbs for doing that because I know Knicks fans all had him. Like you're not a Tibbs guy.
I'm not a fire. No. I love Tibbs. I mean, yes. Yeah, is he stubborn with his minutes? But like, come on. I feel like I don't want to bring it up, but like the Joe Douglas stuff. Joe Douglas never had success though. Imagine Joe Douglas had success. Like Tibbs had success. Leon Rose and Tibbs are like, bro, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6. Who do fans think we are? Like, come on.
I'm not fire Tibbs, but I was leaning on like this series was going to be on Tibbs. It wasn't looking well because he just didn't want to make any adjustments in a series where, like I talked about at Game 1 and Jake, it's basically a series of adjustments. These 7-game series, they're just back and forth. Like who's going to do what next game? Tibbs finally did it with playing Shamet,
right?
Yeah, and he played Shamet and Melton, all these guys that we've never saw or never got playoff minutes the first 2 series, and like their best lineup, in my opinion. I mean, not that it's the best, but that's worked against the Pacers is when they run Cat and 4 defenders. The Pacers are screwed. They don't know what to do when it's Cat and like the 2 wings out there, and whether it's McBride or
Shamet, right, and Hart.
Whatever. Fill in 4 wings or 4 guards who could shoot the ball and play defense, and then Cat, because Cat just cooks these guys one-on-one. Like and I've never seen it because usually he's back to the basket or he's spraying threes in your face, but he looks like a guard. He's just turning around, taking dudes off the dribble, and whether it's Turner, Pascal, like none of them are clearly quick enough to guard him. So it's like that's the most lethal lineup, and I think that's the lineup the Pacers are most scared of at times. And then you also just have Brunson, who's like the most clutch murderer of playoff players. So it's like you're the Pacers that like the Knicks made all these adjustments that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
You just thought they were going to run the same Cat and Brunson lineup with the same 6 guys, and you would just attack them on defense and run them up and down the court, and it seemed to be working for the most part. But like, now that the Knicks made adjustments and are not,
you think the Pacers threw it in cruise control because they want to win at home? I mean, Halliburton did nothing last night. Do you think that's just? That's out there. That theory's out there. I'm asking your take.
Yeah, because that's because there's kids that exist on Twitter. That's all. That's why that theory's out there. They
were missing.
I don't follow Knicks Twitter, so
they were missing.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like that's not real. No, that's not real. They played the Knicks like at the Knicks speed last night, and when Halliburton in the half court is not the same player. Like look up whatever numbers he had, the triple double. I bet you half of all of his stats were in fast break. Like I think he had 7 assists were off his own rebounds in that triple double that he had. So and he's not a triple double guy. It's gonna be snagging boards every time. So it's like a lot of his numbers when he goes off on those games. I told Gary this. It happens because of the offense they play and the speed they play and the pace they play at, the amount of numbers they get in transition. Like they're not the same team when they play in the half court.
Yeah.
Tom says I see that.
Yeah, they're playing guys that haven't played since the first round.
Well, who's Walker? Nate, who the hell is Walker? Yesterday, Walker's hitting threes. I'm like, this guy hasn't even played in the series.
I know Gary remembers. Gary remembers him. No, I think it's like Jarace Walker. When we went to the Nets Pacers game in Brooklyn, when I went with Gary, he invited me. Shout out Gary. I was like, yo, who is this guy that's bricking all these threes? We got there like 2 hours early, of course, because Gary wanted to get to the Nets game. And some big man who was wearing a tank top was just like clanking these things like over his head. And then we found out it was Trace Walker, and I was like, "Yo, his shot is terrible." And then to find out that he was hitting, it was just
Bill
ironic.
Cartwright.
I was gonna text Gary last night, but yeah,
Nate,
they're a deep
one
team, and
last
they
question.
have a lot of they got a lot of confidence in their players.
Knicks in 7.
You said Knicks in 7?
I'm asking you, Knicks in 7.
So you asked me this yesterday. You said, I forgot what your question was, but I answered it with, I think the Knicks have the same percentage shot to win one game as they do 3.
Yeah.
So yes, which
right.
basically meant if they get this one at home and they're able to find a way to make the adjustments to do it and win, that I don't know. I think now they have the momentum. Obviously, you don't want to play behind though at the road. Like you want to just jump out to a nice 8-point lead in the first quarter. Like don't let the Pacers fans get in it and Halliburton starts skipping up and down, and I don't know.
And I think this is a series that no team and neither fan base feels comfortable if there's a 20-point lead. Both teams have blown a 20-point lead, so you're not
just
comfortable until there's 3 zeros on the clock at the end of the fourth, or even more. And Nate, last question.
To me, it goes back to the Knicks have just made all the adjustments, and the Pacers haven't. So like
they're
until
progressing,
the
the Pacers are
gonna
regressing.
change,
They peaked. They got nowhere else to
right?
go.
It's like, bro, they have Shamet. Shamet's the best defender on Halliburton, and nobody knew that. The best defender in the series to guard Halliburton was on the bench the whole time, clapping. And now he's up in his grill fighting over screens. Like Bridges is great and all, but Bridges gives him so much space because of how long and physically gifted he is. He doesn't really you play Bonesy. You know when someone's up in your body like that, some little dude is mad quick and fucking annoying. Like
Annoying.
It's just
I'd rather go up against a 7-footer than a 5'6" guy.
Halliburton keeps putting his back to the
Bridges-
basket because he's all up in
Bridges
there.
gives him space because he knows he can contest and he knows he's so long and like he just tries to keep him in front of him. But when he's really Shaman's found a way to make him uncomfortable, and everyone he did it to McConnell on the baseline. Like, yeah, I don't know. They found a difference in the series, and I don't know.
All right, Nate. Last
You're
question.
pumping me up, Nate. You're pumping me up, bro.
Dude, I'm with it. Just deny Hallie, bro. Deny Halliburton and let them play 4-on-4. Right? We got the better team. I said that to Nick. He goes, how did the Knicks win the series? Because they have the better players. Like the whole starting 5 almost is better. Like take Halliburton out the equation. Let him play 4-on-4. Deny him the ball. Don't give him the ball back. And like play at the Knicks speed. And I'm with it. Going to Knicks in 7.
All right,
Let's go,
Jets
baby.
record. Just give me the record. Jets record this year, Nate. Go.
9-8.
Nice.
Oh, I like
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen,
9-8.
Nate sitting indoors on different wheels at a chair at a computer instead of out and about in New York City, keeping us all terrified.
Only way they lose. Only way I change my answer is if Scott Foster is the head ref tonight. Scott Foster's the head ref tonight. I'll call back in the afternoon. I'll change my
Tonight
answer.
or tomorrow?
Sorry, tomorrow, game 6.
Okay.
If Scott
The
Foster,
NBA
Scott
doesn't do
Foster's announced head
back-to-back
ref.
games in the playoffs. What are you talking craziness here? All right, Nate. Thank you for
Saying.
calling.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, be careful. Peace out, Bonesy. Nick, good
Later,
job,
buddy.
fellas.
Let's bring in Bo. What's up, Bo?
Hey.
What's going on?
How are you, man?
Listen, I never got a chance to meet Nick or Bonesy, so
Welcome.
I had to call in. Say hello.
How you doing, man?
Great bow.
I'm all good. Sunny side up every day, baby. Sunny side up every day.
I like that.
So I am so tired of us not having anything to compete for in the latter half of the season.
Yeah.
I want my jersey to mean something. Like, it's so hard to go to Buffalo Wild Wings or a bar, and I'm going to wear my jersey regardless. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be a Jets fan regardless. I don't care what our record is. We could be 0 and whatever. It's just a struggle. It would be so nice to have meaningful games at the latter half of the season.
Yeah.
We've been dreaming about it, Bo. We've been dreaming about it. I walk through, on my way every day to work when I'm taking the train and going to Grand Central. I got all my Jets stuff always decked out. Even when don't have anything Jets on, I have a Jets keychain hanging out my backpack and, a Jets hat always on. And I hate having to talk about it. Like, to the people who I hate talking to casuals when they just want to stick it to us Jets fans because we're so bad and they don't even really diehard football like us, and then they talk smack to me, and it's just like I can't even really have a real football conversation with you because you're a casual telling me my team sucks, and you only know my team sucks because we're such a pitiful franchise. It's rough, man.
Oh, we're all over the media. Like anything that we do is just gonna be, it's gonna be headlines. Whether we suck, whether we're good, whether we get a new quarterback, no matter what, we're gonna make headlines. So hopefully we make headlines for the right reason because we're sneaky good this year.
Yeah,
That's my take on what we are.
I want to have games
Go
mean
ahead, Nick.
something when I start wearing sweatshirts. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
When the temperature starts to drop, I still want to be able to wear it out. Like I have a line that I use. People will see me, like I wear my Jet stuff all year, every day, right? And people will see me and they'll look at me and they go, "Huh, Jet fan, huh?" And I try to diffuse it and not give them momentum. I'm like, at this point, I can't afford the new wardrobe. I'm stuck with it. It's Father's Day, it's Christmas, birthdays, everything is Jet stuff. So I got to ride it out. I can't change at this point. So I want to be competitive. I want to be Thanksgiving time, and we're talking about potential playoff games, and it'll be fun, man. We deserve it, man. It's May. There's 200 people watching the Jake Asman show with a guest host on a weekday morning in late May. Like this fan base deserves greatness.
So ridiculous.
Oh, no doubt. And we chop it up for sure. We chop it up, and the content is always great. I mean, the competition was great. Bonesy, congratulations, by the way. Phenomenal.
The champ.
Phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
The champ is here. But yeah, we're like I said, we're sneaky good. Like that offensive line, we haven't had that in forever. Forever. A beefy, solid, young, with potential in front of them. That's what we needed. We needed. It wasn't the sexy pick. It wasn't making headlines. But we did the right thing in doing that.
Yeah,
and it's going to pay off.
Good throughout our history. We make the AFC Championship in '98 and '09 and '10. We've had one of the best lines in football. So we got to make that jump. We got to get to that next level. Bo, I do have to go to work shortly, and I got a couple callers I got to get through. But thank you for calling, and thank you.
Absolutely.
You're the man.
My man, Bo.
All right.
Be good, Bo.
Take care, guys. Take care, guys.
One thing we got to tell everybody, Nick Shine, is, man, this roster, I don't know who the last GM was, but he left us a pretty decent roster. You got to say, right?
I don't know what happened to Bonesy's connection. He disappeared. Next up, let's bring in Black Gypsy. What's up, bro?
What's up? How you guys doing?
How are you,
guys are doing pretty good hosting. I like both of you. Good combination. All right, so what I have to say is this, all right? Because I'm a realist. Like, our team on paper could be okay. Everything that you guys are saying past that is dreaming because we have a history. So we're going to put our history into play first, right? Now, we have two players on an offensive line that are going to get hurt. All right? Barrett Tucker got hurt.
Can you knock on wood? Like, come on, Gypsy.
Listen,
to be fair,
listen,
you're dreaming with that statement. That's not a given.
We have to plan for those things because every year our team suffers a dramatic offensive line injury. Have we not?
Myers is a solid center backup right there, right?
Sorry. So Mashinu got hurt last year. Barrett Tucker's been hurt 3 times in his career so far. So those two guys are very vital to our offensive line being good. Very vital. Whether Membu plays good or the backups play good or Titman plays good, those two guys matter a lot. The only positive that I see with us is a fresh coach. So we don't know what the hell we're going to be. And Fields can run the ball. So in all those situations that we come to 3rd and 1s that we end up passing or doing a dumb run play, like Fields can take off and run. So that's the positive that I see. That's the only positive that I see. Our defense doesn't look the same. Our offense doesn't look the same. Like, we don't know what anyone's going to do. We don't know if Fields is going to be Fields from Ohio State or Fields from, like, because Fields can throw the ball to the tight end. But if you ask him to do an in route or an out route, like, the ball sails. The ball's never on time. Like, he's not hitting the receivers in stride. It's always behind him. DJ Moore had that comment to say about him. The ball is always behind him. Like, so us putting all this hope into a guy that cannot really pass the ball, because he's a running back that throws the ball. Lamar is way better than him. Hurts is way better than him. Like, he cannot throw the ball. So I get everybody being like, yeah, Fields. But until somebody shows me that he can pass like a regular quarterback, I don't believe in his passing game. I believe that we can run the ball because he is good at running.
Yeah. But that's where the scheme and the design come in with this coaching staff, right? And that's what I was alluding to. And everything I've said is if they build the scheme, if they can get him to the next level, right? Because those are questions. It's not a given. And I hope it's not coming off that way. But when you look at Turner's father ran the greatest running attack in the history of the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys. So he's got that to lean on. He's got that they can bring here, which can then open up the passing attack. If you look at Troy Aikman, his numbers in the 90s are putrid. He wasn't a great passer. He was an opportunistic passer because the run game was such an elite threat with Norv Turner running it.
And you had Emmitt Smith. You had one of the greatest running backs ever. So
yeah.
So
well, I'm not saying we're going to be that, but you have that to lean on. And when you have Norv Turner to lean on, and you can build your running game, and you can build a running attack, you can create opportunities in the passing game that wouldn't be there otherwise. If you're stopping the run with 4 guys on the defensive line, you can have 7 playing the pass. If you need that 5th or 6th guy to now commit to stopping the run, you hit play action. That's when you get those wide open guys. That's when you sneak your tight end into the flat. That's when you get the favorable routes. And that's what they have to build. They have to build an elite running attack to then counter it and develop Fields as the passer.
All right, now
let me say one thing. Let me just say one thing, because I agree with you, and I do agree with you in the assessment on Fields. But one thing I will keep preaching, and it's not even coming from like my belief, it's coming from what I've seen, is that I will always go back to the Tua situation and how he was literally like he couldn't even read a defense or pass the ball, or he was Tua was really bad. Look, at the beginning with
what's his name, the black coach. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Why am I blanking too? Who?
Brian Flores.
Yeah, when he was with Flores, his mental was broken and he was nothing. And now you come into a offensive coach who believes in you, and he was what Tua's been like a top 7, top 8 quarterback in the league with McDaniels. So if you want to try to take some type of hope and positivity, you could look at a coaching staff coming in and they believe in him, right?
Let's weigh them. We've heard other coaches talk about Tua. We've heard one of the greatest coaches, Alabama's coach, talk about Tua. Tua can pass the ball. Tua is precise for short passes. He doesn't have a strong arm. So that's the difference.
But that's the thing. Wait, Black Jet, right there. You said it. Coaching changed. Scheme changed. They brought out his strengths and made that the focal point of the offense. Why can't we do the same thing? If we have a good young offensive mind in Engstrand, he should be able to look at what Fields can do and can't do and build that scheme accordingly, like Mike McDaniels did in Miami for Tua. They know Tua's not a guy you want to keep in the pocket and throw long passes. You want to get it out quick. He's accurate. You got guys who can run. You build the scheme accordingly.
Tua still stinks.
It's about time that the Jets have a coaches who are smart enough to do it the right way.
Like he has fast guys.
I was just following up with what Nick said, that if you do have great coaching that can actually play to a player's strengths, I mean, not saying Miami's really done anything that's making Miami fans happy, but we would kill to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? So like,
as football guys, right? We watch a lot of football. So we see in Philly play. We saw what they did with Hurts last year and the year before. We saw what Baltimore did, right? If you are a coach, how do you get Justin Fields better as a passer? Because we keep on saying we're going to put a new coach in and change the scheme. If he can't make the pass, the scheme doesn't matter. How do we make him better as a passer? Because out routes is a big part of the NFL. It's a massive part of the NFL. He can't throw an out route.
Well, Black Gypsy, we'll answer that. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for supporting Jake. I appreciate you. I do have to get to work shortly, so I got to get through a few more callers, but thanks for calling. You can work on that with drills. You can work on that with arm positioning, lower body. If you get a guy who's comfortable in the pocket, he can get that ball out on time. We have the best offensive line that Fields has ever played with, so the pocket should be clear for the most part for those quick outs. And now it's just a matter of growing and having him confident in the pocket and then working on his technique. A couple of things I got to get to. Super chat from G-Man the Prophet. The prophet has spoken. The Jets will start 4-1, and let me make myself perfectly clear. For faith is the substance of everything hoped for and the evidence of the unseen. All rise. Prophet, thank you. I saw you had a couple other super chats. Appreciate those, but no comment. And Johnny Boy earlier, this is dope, Nick. Congrats, Brody. Can I get Bonesy's digits? Let's go Mets. Let's go Knicks. And he did that just to get me to say, let's go Mets. Bastard, you got me. I'm like Anchorman. If you put it on the teleprompter, I will read it.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, I know. We got 3 more callers to get to. Real quick, Barbarossa, I know you got cut off before with the internet. Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, you got it, guys. I just want to say, shout out Gary. That was a great call. I love listening to him talk about sports. Nate, another great call. Love his knowledge. On the Knicks, this is the first game where Tom Thibodeau outcoached Rick Carlisle. First game. Even in the game 3 where they won, the Pacers they outcoached them. And it just all comes back to coaching. If Aaron Glenn is the real deal, we'll see it. We'll see it in week 1 with the coach. And that's just the way it is. Good coach means good players. That's what I think. So cheers to you guys. You guys are all awesome. I love the ASMANIACS. Bonesy, Nick, this is awesome. I would 10 out of 10 call back into you guys again. So thank you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hell yes.
All right. Next up, we got Thunderlips. Thanks, Barbarossa, for the kind words.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Good to see you when I'm not when I'm not in bed, Nick. Not that I watch you while I'm in bed, but you're on.
Is your nickname from
go
Rocky?
on 11:20 at night when I get home from work. There's a chance most of you guys are in bed.
Yeah. I picked it from Rocky. It's my user tag for everything I use. So.
Oh yeah, man. What's your favorite Rocky movie? Sorry.
Probably. I mean, I like the first 4, but I've probably seen 4 the most, just because I'm 43, so that was in my wheelhouse, and I watched.
That was in the mid '80s. There was no and.
Yeah. I had
somebody
G.I.
broke
Joe's,
this down for me.
The soundtrack, the freaking training montage,
Exactly.
It's insane. Amazing. It's awesome.
They said that if you break down the Rocky movies, it's just montage after montage. There's no acting, there's no scenes. It just goes montage after montage, and the music is perfectly matched for the movie. And when you're a kid, what do we all do? We didn't have the internet. We didn't have TikToks. What did we all do at the end of a Rocky movie? We all got up and shadow boxed in our living room, right? We pretended we did. I would pummel my sister with
Hearts on
have
Fire.
her hold the
and
throw
shit like that. I used to
pillow
have
on
my
the
G.I.
couch.
Joes, and I would fucking put the tape in.
Heart on fire, strong. Oh man, don't get me started.
We all dreamed of having a Porsche and driving around, shifting gears all angrily.
No, that one's no easy way out. I'm a Rocky craze, so I know them all.
This is Pika Jets talk on a Friday right here. This is what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to touch on what Nate was saying about the Knicks, man. I posted in the Discord earlier. It's amazing, looking at the fast break points, because that's how the Pacers play. I was just, I'm not a stat guy with the basketball. I'm not studying shit, but I was just curious. And man, they were out scoring us on fast breaks 22-6 or in the 20s, and we had low single digits or mid single digits. In this last game, it was 16-15. We were still under, but I mean, we were within 1, and we limited it to just cutting. You're not gonna stop them. You just have to contain them. You know what I mean? And it was doing that half court press or whatever, and not letting them just fucking blow past you and score. It was huge, man. I don't know. They wrote me back.
Yeah.
So anyway, Nick, I know you got to go to work. I just wanted to call in. Nick, you're the man. You're the best.
Thanks,
and Bonesy, sell them shoes, baby.
Yes, sir. Got you, brother.
And study the law books. Thanks, Thunderlips. Be good, man.
Yeah, bro.
The infamous Thunderlips.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winding down. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. There's only one guy we haven't heard from today that I wanted to, and thank God he called in now. I am honored to play this.
His home's bell is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, his bell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. He calls the show, his bell is on the bed. He's just more comfortable. He got a beard, he loves the Jets, super chats. Where's a big fella, sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Where's a big fella?
Legend.
Yo, how could I not call in with 2 of my favorite people in
in Jetland here, man. Come on
How you
now.
doing, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing? You guys are doing a great job. You guys,
Thank you,
you
sir.
guys killed
Appreciate it.
You guys killed it. I'm telling you. And
Thank
go
you, bro.
Knicks. Go Knicks, man. We won last night. Hopefully we can pull out one in Indy, but we'll see. It's gonna be tough.
Bonesy's not a fan of pulling out, so I don't know if he supports that statement.
Yeah, well, I kind of get
Guilty as charged.
I kind of get where he's coming from, but Bonesy, about wearing your Jet shit, you got to understand, okay? We got to be proud of what we're wearing, brother. And
Of course.
you know what I'm saying?
I was insane about the cashes. I hate talking to a casual fan who's giving me shit for wearing my diehard gear. It's like, I just don't want to talk to you. Like, if you're going to come at me with some stupid Jets comment and you don't even really have a team, you tell me, oh, what team do you like? And he's like, well, I root for both, but the Jets. It's like, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Don't even talk to me, bro. You know who I am?
What are you from, Vermont?
And to the other teams in the division, okay, Miami hasn't won a playoff game since when? Since Clinton was in office? That's number one. Number two, the Bills never won a Super Bowl, and the Pats are a bunch of fucking degenerates. So, I mean, we root for the best team.
He's cooking, ladies and gentlemen.
Be proud, Jet fans. Be proud. Yeah, we haven't been good in the past, let's say 13 years or so, but guess what? The tide's turning, and we are gonna take it. We're gonna be good this year. It's a blank slate. No more bum ass coach. We got a good coach now. We got our quarterback, and we're going to the next level. So strap up and let's go. Jets.
He's
Jets,
cooking.
Jets.
Hell yeah.
He's cooking.
So that's
Big
all I got to say
great
about
call.
that.
You're the man.
Love you guys.
You're the man,
Take
big
care.
fella.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you, brother.
Ooh, and I'm honored to play this on the way out.
Well, he's home sitting in a chair, 'cause his back hurts. On the road, he's sitting in a chair, in an upgraded hotel room. He calls the show his ass is in a chair. His wife thinks he's weird. He got a beard. He loves the Jets, the Super Jets. He's a big fella. He's all alone, in a room, on a chair. But that's a big fella.
That first brunette. I mean, where did Gator
Yeah,
find?
I know. I
Jesus
I
Lord.
requested info. I requested
Jesus Lord.
and haven't gotten it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we're winding down here on the show. I know it's in the description, but if you haven't already, I'm close to 1,500 subscribers. It would be great with 186 of you watching right now. For those of you that haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go over and do that. That would be very kind of you. And as the vicious Vermontonian would say, oh, you're a nice guy. Or gal. Ladies are welcome too. And since we mentioned ladies, we have to bring in our new last caller.
Hey, I just wanted to come up here, man. Yo, Nick, dude, so proud of you, bro. This was
Thanks, buddy.
You killed it. You two, Bonesy, both of you guys together was great.
I miss this.
If you guys have not gone to the Nick Shine show and have not subscribed, what are you guys waiting for? My man at nighttime.
Thank you, buddy.
He kills it, man. I can't always watch it at night because I got like 1,000 kids, but I watch it up again in the morning and everything, and it's so insightful in regards of what's going on as well. So you guys killed it, man. Like real talk. And I can't. I wanted to ask you guys, how are you guys feeling about the fact that we actually got adults that are on these like press?
I was saying the other day, I love that the general manager and the head coach are in sync. It wasn't one brought in before the other. They came in knowing they're going to work together. They came in with their plan. They're equal. It's not, all right, Joe Douglas is here and then Salah came in, or Adam Gase is here and then Joe Douglas came in. They were brought in together. This is theirs. This is their baby to build. This is their project. It's nice to be and have what other teams have. A front office and a head coach who are connected. who've worked together previously, who have their vision of what an NFL team should be in 2025 and beyond. So for us, this is new. I'm not
And
saying
you
it is
gotta
the only
love-
reason to succeed, but it can add to success when there's no. I'm sure there'll be discussions, there'll be arguments. They're not going to agree on every player and who's the best, but I think there's a mutual respect there, and I don't think there's any egos when it comes to them. They know what they want. They know their vision for this team. They know how they want to succeed. Now they got to bring it together.
And one thing I will say is for every great franchise who has an all-time coach, you don't talk about the GM as much as you talk about the coach. Muji knows that this is Aaron Glenn's team. Aaron Glenn is the head of our building. He is the man. Muji answers to Glenn, and that's how it should be. Your coach should be the everything. It shouldn't be how we had to deal with Salah last year constantly. Oh, you gotta ask Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas never talked, so it was constantly excuses. He always was dodging everything. He never wanted to talk about any of the truths because he would just deflect, and put. Oh, you got to ask the GM that question. It's like no. We're going to be talking to our coach all the time, and he is the head of this snake. He is the head of the building. He's the head of everything, and that's my biggest love that I've seen so far from the new regime is that we're all in sync, and it's all about Aaron Glenn, and I love that. It's the signs of a great coach. So
you could say Glenn is the face and Muji's the brains of the operation, right? The face is seen. The face is what does all the press conferences. Muji's job, be seen, not heard, right? You'll have your press conference with the GM in the middle of the year. He'll be asked questions occasionally. But Aaron Glenn is the face of the New York Jets. Aaron Glenn is the voice that will be at the microphone.
he makes the final decisions, right? I feel like Aaron Glenn's making the final
they'll be in
decisions.
sync together. But, I think there'll be times where Aaron Glenn says, hey, we need this type of player. We need this. Let your scouts do your work. Come back with us, and then we'll break down together the finalists, whether it's for a draft pick or whether it's for free agents, whatever. I think they'll work together, but they got a hit, man, and that's the biggest thing. Like it looks like Membo's a good piece. Taylor fits a need. Arian Smith fits a need. A.G. Thomas fits a need. Malachi Moore can move into a role early on and maybe become a starter long term. There's opportunity there, and when you have a team that has competition. And you have a team where it doesn't matter who signed or how big the checks are being signed. I think every single position, and people have asked about the center with Myers and Tittman. I think that Glenn is using that as a message to the rest of the locker room that I don't care where you were drafted. I don't care how long you've been here. Every job is up for grabs. There's no givens on this roster. And I've done it as a coach where you motivate one player. And by doing that and singling him out, you now make the rest of the locker room and the rest of the team know, hey, everyone here is fighting for their job. So I need to make sure that I'm at my best every single day, which makes this team at their best, and they grow together and get better together.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it a little bit earlier, Nick, when you talked about the mutual respect on all the coaches that came on and spoke on the podium. After every single one of them said we have a huge respect for Aaron Glenn. And it feels great to hear that everybody is pretty much meshing really well with each other, and they have one goal is to continue to keep winning. So, but you're right, they have to win, and it has to show. And I think a lot more people will be on board with the team. I'm on the same boat. I think we're gonna have more than 9 wins this year because, I mean, if you're being real, the schedule does open up, but hey, this is only May, right? So we got to see what they're going to continue to keep doing, and why not get excited for the season itself? We're 0-0 right now, right? I mean, we don't know. There's Arian Smith is showing flashes supposedly in OTAs. I don't try to get too hyped up in regards to all that because, I mean, Justin Fields should be going 11 for 11 when you don't have nobody really trying to hit you.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I know you got to head up to work, man. Yo, Nick, awesome, bro, killing it. Bonesy, you already know what time it is, man. We talk and whatnot, but and at the end of the day, a love head, right? So being the head dude on charge is always something that I think Aaron Glenn likes.
Can we see you anywhere tonight?
Yeah. Myself and you guys know my partner, Mr. Football, just worldwide, 7:30. We want to talk a little bit about the actual presser and what we thoughts and in regards to what's going on. So come through, come show some love if you guys can. But real talk, y'all need to go over to the Nick Shine Show. Go over there, hit the like, hit the sub button, man. But hey, worldwide, one word, peace. You guys be good.
Thanks, Johnny.
Love you, John.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the program. And on my channel, we do this fun little thing called What Did We Learn Today? So submit your What Did We Learns, and then at the end, the legendary Boomtown will drop What Did He Learn? And it's always fun. Everyone, thank you for all the compliments. Thank you for all the love in the chat. I can't pin any posts. I can't pin any links, but I'll drop my link again for those of you who have not subscribed yet. I would appreciate if you do. That would mean a lot.
Great job
And
today, Nick. This
thanks,
is
buddy. Thank you for your help,
this is
man.
easy for you. Of
I'm
course,
glad it worked
man.
out.
Me and you hanging out has always been two peas in the pod. We've been doing this. I still hate the fact that most of the time I'm catching your show when I'm on the train in the morning and I'm already sleeping at night. But you know, it's been a pleasure spending time with my boy.
Oh yeah, man. I'm glad that it worked out, and it was last minute. It was last night. It kind of came together, and this morning with everything that you had at the house going on, I appreciate it that you did join and that it did work out. And thank you to the chat for all the support. Thank you for supporting the Jake Asman show. And Big Fella comes in with, I learned Nick Shine and Mr. Bonesy are more than capable hosts for this hungry fan base. Thank you, sir. Wild Wave, I learned that Nick should host more often. Well, I do at night, 11:20, most weeknights, and Sunday nights at 8. But if Jake's ever in a pinch again, then I'm willing to step up if he asks. Thank you, Wild Wave. Team Curry, thank you for the super chat. What I learned today is Nick and Mr. Bonesy killed it.
This is light work for us. Me and Nick are. This is not our first rodeo, guys. We appreciate all the love, man. This has been great. I love this stuff.
I prefer being the bull and getting ridden, but never mind. JT says, I learned that Nick's in 7. Jimbo,
I learned that Nate is slowly becoming a Knicks fan, maybe?
me?
No,
listen, I want my friends to be happy. If you guys are happy,
Nate.
it's better for everyone, right? Like I don't want to be around a bunch of curmudgeons all day, like in my Discord and then at the show at night. Like it's more fun when you guys are happy. Not Mets fans though. I don't want that. Like I'd rather just the Yankee fans be happy. But it should be a fun summer for baseball in New York. The Knicks are still alive, where it's almost June, and we got a new coach, a coach that we love with the Jets. So it should be a fun year for sports. Jimbo, I learned Jake could have a day off. Rich, I learned septic problems suck. Ladies and gentlemen,
I forgot about it, Rich. You just reminded me. I got to go handle that.
This community takes you away from all your problems in the real world.
It does. Shout out to Lola. Where are you, girl? She's been letting me do this, and I gave her my phone, and she literally let me basically, pretty much do the show besides a couple diaper changes and whatnot.
Johnny learned that being ahead and getting head is two completely different things. This is true. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite part of any show that I host is what did Boomtown learn? We're going to drop that now. Mr. Boomtown, send us out. What did you learn today, Boom? Let everyone know. And make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. I appreciate everyone for their support and still showing up and supporting Jake's show. Make sure you tune in later. Special start time, I believe, 3 o'clock Eastern. Connor Long will be guest hosting for Jake today. And make sure you show up and support that venture and also Connor as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the greatest note taker in all the land, Boomtown. I learned a Jake Asman show starting on time. Who knew that was possible? Bonesy had a shitty morning. The Bobby Midnight Show appears to have devolved into a high-end male strip show. Bonus, Jake Asman is a magician. Charles was excluded from the inclusion group. Nick withdrew anything for chips. Beast is reportedly going on a date tonight with a woman, allegedly. Is it a woman?
Duh. What am I looking like? I feel like I'm on a flight going, peanuts. Can somebody bring me my peanuts?
Well, do not take your peanuts out during the date. Double bonus. Lola Bonesy is quickly becoming a superstar. Children's opinions on Twitter are not to be trusted. If it's on the teleprompter, Nick will read it. Great job today, Nick and Mr. Bonesy. Thank you, Bonesy. Thank you, Boom.
Love you, Boom.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm afraid to put this guy's super chat up because he says a lot of inappropriate things on this channel. But ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asman, props to Nick Shine. Thank you for stepping up today. A true legend. And everyone needs to subscribe to his channel ASAP. F. Allen, Nixon 7.
Let's go. Great job today.
And Nate, as always, supporting every venture that I partake in.
Nate, my guy.
Nate, one of these days the Cars are going to win in New York City, and I'm going to throw a parade for the car.
Don't wish it on him. Don't wish. He is batting 100% right now. Let him be. He's draining every.
He's like 10 for 10 too at swinging at rear view mirrors. He doesn't miss. If Soto could hit the way that Nate hits rear view mirrors or side mirrors, the Mets fans would be a lot happier right now. Let me see. What do we? Bonesy, any closing thoughts as I'm looking for a video to play on the way out here?
Just want to shout out to the ASMANIACS for still showing up and supporting us. This has been fun. You know, we love chilling with you guys. And shout out to Jake for letting us. This is Jake's livelihood, and he let me and Nick take a chance at screwing it up. And I'm glad that we didn't, because that was a thought through my mind. Some idiot would try to screw us over, and everything went smooth. And let's go Jets. Let's go Knicks, baby. Don't let us win Game 6. Do not let us win Game 6. Do not let us win Game 6.
Do the Knicks win Game 6, Beast?
They're going to win Game 6, and you can bet your ass and take it to the goddamn bank with everything that I got left. And it will say it just like that, baby. Money, money,
That's his
money.
life savings.
That's right, Jack. Take it to the bank.
Beast, wash your balls and your underarms before you go on this date.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right. It's very important.
Tomorrow we win, and Game 7, we're going to finish the job. Bank
Good
on
night,
it
B.
and take it
Have a good day,
all
buddy.
in, boys. Let's
You might
go
have missed
party.
Jeff Johnny's super chat.
I just said goodbye to him. That's all. He sat in the back the whole time, Johnny. Please forgive me, Jets Johnny. I felt bad. He sat in the back of the show the entire time, from 20 minutes before the show started. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Jake Asman Show. On behalf of Mr. Bonesy and myself, Nick Shine of the Nick Shine Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the great, the number 1 overall seed, being the number 1 overall seed. Have a good day.
Hi, Jake. Hi, Nick.
Hey, buddy.
Mr. Gorman?
Just say hello, Mom. You're in the mood today. Mom's
How's the
making
mood going?
macaroni salad, potato salad, and also egg salad, right, Mama? No.
Charles, what happened to your neck?
Oh, I shaved.
Charles, you're bleeding.
No, I
Wow.
stopped the bleeding. I put the healing stick on it. Oh, shit. You're not kidding.
Charles, go take a shower. Wash that off, pal.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Stop bleeding. Stopped.
Looks great, Charles. You got it all. Perfect. Well done. There you go. Don't move.
Yeah, no. Leave your neck down. Go like this.
Charles, stop, man.
Was OJ at your new apartment? What really happened?
It bled a lot, but I stopped it with the healing stick.
Nate says you just called the Woodbridge police and they're going to be over in 3 minutes.
I'm not bleeding, guys. It's
Charles,
stopped.
stop showing it.
I actually have shaved my peeps in the past, but that's another story.
What does your mom think of this? Go ask her.
I did not shave with a Rambo knife.
Charles Gorman, First Blood.
Get the movie posters ready. Here we go. Coming to theaters this summer. Charles First Blood in theater.
We're back, Nick.
I know. I'm waiting. I'm laughing.
Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers.